Hello everyone, I welcome you all to today's session of topic Decodified. Today we are going to decodify G20. This holds importance for us right now because next year India is going to conduct a summit of G20 in the UT of Jammu and Kashmir. G20 is an influential group of world's major countries, and the J&K government has set up a 5-member high-level committee for the overall coordination of the G20 meetings which are to be held in the Union Territory next year. As per the Ministry of External Affairs, India is going to hold the presidency of G20 starting from December 1, 2022, and thus is going to conduct the summit of G20 leaders in 2023. The G20 countries are Argentina, Australia, Brazil, Canada, China, Germany, France, India, Indonesia, Italy, Japan, Mexico, Russia, Saudi Arabia, South Africa, South Korea, Turkey, the United States and the United Kingdom. So we know what all countries are there in G20. We know why it holds importance for us to understand right now. Next up, we are going to understand what G20 was supposed to be or is supposed to be, why it is made, right? So it is an informal group of 19 countries and the European Union, that is EU, representing itself as one unit, with representatives from IMF as well as the World Bank. This particular organization does not have a permanent secretariat or any headquarters. The membership of this organization comprises a mix of world's largest advanced and emerging economies, representing about 2/3 of world's population, 80% of global gross domestic product, 80% of global investment and over 75% of global trade. This data tells us what is the magnitude of the importance of this grouping of countries. Each G20 country is represented by its Sherpa, who plans, guides, implements, etc. on the behalf of the leader of that particular country. Alright, so the current Commerce and Industry Minister is the current G20 Sherpa of the country, that is India, our country, right? So I want you all to write in the comment section who is the Commerce and Industry Minister of India currently, right? Now we are to understand how G20 got evolved. The global financial crisis, which took place in 2007-8, cemented the G20's reputation as the premier crisis management and coordination body. We know why. We have just been through the data, right? So the US, which held the G20 presidency in 2008 during the crisis time itself, elevated the meeting of the finance ministers and central bank governors to the head of states, resulting in the first G20 summit. So what used to happen was, earlier from these particular countries, their finance ministers and the central bank governors used to meet. And since 2008, the US has upgraded the position, and the G20 summit is a meeting of all the country heads, right? So the summit in Washington DC, London and Petersburg, basically the initial summits, set the scene for some of the most durable global reforms like blacklisting the states in an effort to tackle tax evasion and avoidance, provisioning stricter control on hedge funds and rating agencies, making the Financial Stability Board an effective supervisory and watchdog body for the global financial system, proposing stricter regulations for too big to fail banks, refraining members from imposing new barriers to trade, etc. However, by the time COVID-19 struck, G20 had wandered off from the original mission and it basically lost its focus. The relevancy was fading away, right? But then came in the pandemic and G20 got reinvented, right? The agenda got widened. And what all got included? Let us understand. So, climate change, jobs, social security issues, inequality, agriculture, migration, corruption, terror financing, drug trafficking, food security and nutrition, disruptive technologies, and meeting the sustainable development goals also became the matter of focus for G20. And in recent times, G20 members have made all the right commitments after the pandemic, but there is little to show in action. So the promises are yet to be followed by action. But by the promises, the future seems really bright. Okay? And in recent times, the summit since the COVID-19 that have been conducted are in 2020 and 2021. So let us quickly understand what all happened in those particular summits. At Riyadh Summit in October 2020, they prioritized four things: fighting the pandemic, safeguarding the global economy, addressing international trade disruptions, and enhancing global cooperation. The another one, which took place in 2021, was under the presidency of Italy. And three P's were focused upon: people, planet, and prosperity. Right? Going to take the lead in ensuring a swift international response towards pandemic. Okay? Now we have understood how it got evolved, what it is, right? Now we are to go through the future perspective we hold for G20. G20 needs leaders with impeccable global credentials. With India to assume the presidency in 2022, it has the opportunity to restore the world's faith in multilateralism. Right? So we need great leaders in G20 and India can present itself as an example in the upcoming opportunity. So next one is the G20 must strengthen the partnership with international organizations like IMF, the OECD and the WHO, the World Bank and WTO also. Delegate them the task of monitoring the progress of these particular countries. Right? Alright, so this is it for today's topic Decodified. I shall see you tomorrow again with yet another topic. Till then, take care and thank you very much for watching.
So that's all for today. Stay connected for more such important videos. Thank you.